Permission granted. Please proceed.
Good afternoon, dear members. I welcome you all to the 9th annual general meeting of the company. I sincerely hope that you and your families are safe and in good health. In the view of continuing risk of infestation of COVID-19 and keeping the safety of our members in mind, the company has convened this meeting through audio-visual means in accordance with the circulars issued by Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities Exchange Board of India. Your company has taken all the requisite steps to ensure that the members are able to attend and vote at this meeting in a seamless manner. Your company has availed the services of National Securities Depositories Limited for conducting the meeting through video conferencing for enabling participation of the members at this AGM. While we miss the meeting, the members personally, the virtual AGM is an opportunity to connect all of the members from different locations in India and abroad. I shall now call the meeting to order and the requisite forum for the meeting is present. Let me now introduce you to the board members and key managerial personnel. Firstly, Mr. Abdul Khalik Chataiwala.
Hello.
Nextly, our full-time executive director, Mr. Praful Jain.
Hello, everybody.
Next, Mr. Amol Mohan Shirke.
Hello.
Next, Suresh Babu.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Next, Narayanan Varyam.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Next, our independent director, Ms. Amita Ramesh.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Next, Chief Executive Officer. Next, Chief Executive Officer.
Hello.
Next, our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Ranjana Shinde. Our Chief Financial Officer, Ranjana Shinde.
Hello, good afternoon.
And myself, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer of the company, Sadiq Jafar Thanvi. Dear members, the facility to join this AGM through video conferencing is being made available to the members on first come, first served basis pursuant to the regulatory requirements. For smooth conduct of the meeting, the members will be kept on mute mode by default to avoid any noise disturbance. As per the provisions of Companies Act 2013 and SEBI Listing Obligations and Disclosure Requirements Regulation 2015, your company had provided the remote e-voting facility to the members through NSDL platform to cast their votes prior to this meeting. The cutoff date for the same was Tuesday 22nd September 2020. The remote e-voting commenced on September 26, 2020 from 9 a.m. IST and concluded yesterday at 5 p.m. IST. Members as of the cutoff date only shall be entitled to cast their votes. Members who have not cast their votes through remote e-voting and who are attending this meeting will have an opportunity to cast their votes during the meeting. The voting window is already open for all the members and will also be available for 15 minutes after the conclusion of the meeting. Members who have cast their votes through remote e-voting will be eligible to participate at the AGM but will not be eligible to vote again at the AGM. Members can go to homepage of NSDL and cast their votes during the meeting. As regards the voting at this AGM, there will be no voting by show of hands, and resolutions set forth in the notice are not required to be proposed and seconded. The necessary statutory registers and documents referred to in AGM notice will be made available during the meeting for inspection by the members as per the request, if any, made by the members. As the meeting is conducted through audio-visual means, the proxy facility is not necessitated and accordingly has not been provided with. Members who need any assistance during the meeting or have any queries regarding the participation or e-voting may refer to the frequently asked questions and e-voting manual available at www.evotingnsdl.com under the help section, or write an email to evoting@nsdl.co.in or contact NSDL team on 1800222990. I repeat, 1800222990. Thank you very much. I now hand over to Mr. Abdul Khalik Chatraiwala to give the chairman's speech.
Thank you, Sadiq. Dear members, the financial year 2019-20 has ended on an unexpected note, with the world contending with an unprecedented health, humanitarian, and economic crisis due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. My heart goes out to those whose friends and families have been impacted by the pandemic. Your company endeavors to ensure the good health and safety of all those who are directly and indirectly associated with Lancer, while also continuing to contribute to the society towards fighting the pandemic. Business performance. We started this year riding high on the success of completing 9 glorious years in the logistic industry and continue to achieve new milestones. We strive at all times to improve our customer-centric service operations and continue to enjoy stronger customer loyalty. The financial performance of your company for the year under review, FY 2019-20, is with you. As you may have seen, our FY 2019-20 revenues at rupees 2,653 million, with a robust 34% YoY higher and PAT stable at 80 million. Having achieved an economical size of around 9,000 plus containers, your management has over the last year increased focus on growth with an asset-light model. We see immense potential and are working to increase our market share in container volumes. During the year, we added an office at Cochin and have started servicing the area of Red Sea, where we are now competing with the mainline operators. One of the reasons to fund growth through the leased model is to grow while strengthening balance sheet quality and improving return on investments. Further, your company has been working rigorously to reduce the total debt. We have been able to bring down our debt equity now in 0.77 from 1.28 in March 2019. We were able to manage our cash flows despite the challenges without taking any moratorium from banks and working on innovative solutions in collaboration with customers, partners, and vendors. We have put in HR policies to promote reward for performance to improve productivity while keeping cost containment measures in place. Embracing change. As the world continues to grapple with the fallout of COVID-19, business environment is increasingly becoming more volatile. Your company has effectively put in place measures to enable continuing operations and client support, with our team operating from home wherever possible while sufficiently staffed at our CFS warehouse, offices, and other facilities. Every safety precaution, including distancing, disinfection, using sanitizer, mask, and temperature checks for staff members and visitors has been taken, along with complete adherence to all the requisite restrictions and protocol. We are on the way to gradual recovery and business as usual. The prospects for the logistics sector seem bright. According to a recently published report, post-COVID-19, the global logistic market size projected to grow from $2,734 billion in 2020 to $3,215 billion by 2021 at a YoY of 17.6%. New ideas are integral to our business. We continuously seek to maximize our impact through value creation for our clients by delivering world-class solutions, leveraging IT digital platforms and newer technologies that present themselves in the future. Outlook. Our container inventory volumes have been growing at 20% plus over the last 2 years, currently more than 9,000 containers. We are confident to maintaining this growth, adding containers as required to cater to customer demands. While the current situation in H1 F1 2021 is challenging, we are actively working on a strategy to improve volumes, exploring new business opportunities and expanding in new geographies. India's manufacturing industry is expected to have spiked by having shifting of many major factories shifting from China to India. This creates an opportunity to shipping and logistic business. We are targeting to grow our own network of office to take care of every opportunity. We are committed to growth by conducting business in fair, transparent manner, meeting the highest standards of ethics and corporate governance. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I take this opportunity to thank all of you for continuing with us in this exciting journey. I look forward positively to the days ahead and will keep updating you at regular intervals. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalik sir. The report by the statutory auditors Soman Uday and Company and the secretarial auditor Geeta Kanabar and Associates for the financial year ended 31st March 2020 do not contain any qualifications, observations, or comments which may have an adverse effect on the functioning of the company. The statutory auditor's report on the standalone financial statements are available on page number 76 of the annual report. The secretarial audit report is enclosed as Annexure 1 to the board's report on page number 36 of the annual report. With the permission of the members, I therefore take the report as read. Conduct of the meeting. As the notice is already circulated to all the members, I take the notice convening the meeting as read. I shall now put forth the questions from the members and read out the speeches received by the company. First shareholder is Ms. Vasudha Dakwe. She has asked the following questions and given the speech. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to express the opinion. I would like to thank the company secretary for sending the report well in advance in a clear and transparent manner. I would like to congratulate CSR committee members for performing their duties very well. I would like to ask following questions. Question number 1. Please throw some lights on bad debts on page number 112 of amount rupees 30.54 lakhs. Question number 2. Please throw some lights on your next 3 years capex plan. Question number 3. Dividend was not declared this year. Hope we will get this next year. With this, I support all the resolutions. Second shareholder is Mr. Prasenjit Paul. He has asked the following questions. Why are so many wholly owned subsidiaries are incorporated? It seems those subsidiaries have no such contribution in financial results yet. Without COVID-19, what would be the April to June 2020 quarter sales and profits? Can we expect current July to September 2020 quarter top line to reach pre-COVID level? Did we fully recover from COVID impact? What is EBITDA margin or PAT margin level that company is targeting next few years? The related party transaction involving the rent payment is in own family members' accounts for using owned house as company's guest house is something that raising negativity. Instead of that indirect way, if you can take a higher salary and link the performance of the company, that can be much helpful. Do you have any future plans to stop receiving that rent payment and rather taking the performance linked remuneration? Thank you. I now hand over the proceedings to Mr. Abdul Khalik Chataiwala to address the questions.
Thank you, members, for your question and suggestion. I will now try to answer all the questions one by one. Answer to the question raised by Ms. Vasudha Dakwe. Answer to question 1. During the year, rupees 16,53,000 were written off with respect to an old amount for advance payment against container purchase. Payments were made in advance but got only part delivery of containers against advance bill. Team is chasing this amount for quite a long time, which is not recovered, hence written off. We are still following up with the party to recover this amount, even after writing off from books of accounts. Further, an invoice of approximately 5,40,000 was written off. As factory of the client Bharat Agro Foods was destroyed in cyclone in Tuticorin and client was unable to pay. This is again in process of follow-up for the recovery. Another invoice of rupees 37,760 for which bill was raised on 23rd November 2018 for clearance charges was not settled by client Faith Tech Machineries even after several follow-ups and hence written off. Some other recoveries are under 10,000 written off due to some rate or any other operational issues. Management would like to inform that in respect to the bad debts, efforts are still going on to recover the pending amounts and due care has been taken to blacklist those customers who are not creditworthy. Answer to question number 2. Since the date of incorporation, your company is having persistent growth. During past years, we have already done required capital expenditure for purchasing new office and further investment were made on technology for adoption of ERP software. We don't have any specific large capex. Buying containers generally hold major part of our capex and moving forward to our objective of debt light and asset light. Your company, we have started taking containers on lease instead of purchasing them. So capital expenditure will be limited only to maintenance capex. Answer to question number 3. Management would like to inform that your company has grown in the last 4 years at a significant rate with a good focus on margins and stable performance. For such a growing company, we are sure you agree that it is key to reinvest the funds in business to grow further. As you know, the company continuously invested in containers, new products, and location launches over the last few years. It is important to redeploy the funds into the business. Against this backdrop, you would surely agree that the payments or dividend will only result in the company borrowing funds from the market and incur interest cost. Management of the company has taken note of your thoughts and would keep that in mind along with the company's funding requirements while taking any decisions on dividend in future. Moving on to the questions by Mr. Paul. Answer to question number 1. Please note that these subsidiaries are incorporated with an objective to achieve specialization and focused growth. Further, these subsidiaries are freshly incorporated and barely older than a month. Hence, the impact of the same cannot be reflected as of now. As the operations will grow, management is confident that these subsidiaries will provide a greater contribution to the growth of the company. Moreover, these subsidiaries will be duly audited as required by law and consolidated figure will reflect in financial statements being 100% subsidiaries. Answer to question number 2. It will be really hard to comment on impact of COVID-19 for past and future at large, but want to reiterate that your company is providing essential services, logistic and other support, which was not very heavily impacted by COVID-19 like other sectors. As you would have seen in the quarter results, we have been able to contain the impact of our overall revenues and remain profitable despite the huge challenges. One of the key initiatives we undertook during the quarter was a review of expenses across our branches and focus on cutting costs in a comprehensive manner. As I said earlier also, we firmly believe every end is a new beginning and with expectation for shift of major factories from China to India will create a big opportunity to shipping and logistic business. While our operating results depend on future developments, we firmly believe that disruptions is temporary. We will remain optimistic of rebound of operations in Q2 FY 2020-21. Answer to question number 3. I hope I have almost answered this in the previous questions. Considering the performance of the company, we expect a good, healthy EBITDA and PAT margins. Management strives hard each and every day to achieve milestones and outperform every job to keep the customers satisfied. Sharing the exact target figures would not be appropriate as many things are linked to the economy and market demand and supply, and providing the same will be in violation code of conduct frame under SEBI Regulation 2015. Answer to question number 4. Rent being paid by the company under RPT road is for the guest house required to accommodate the officials visiting the company's headquarters from all over the country and foreign parties abroad. Bearing accommodation cost of hotels will be much higher as compared to rent paid. Hence, it nowhere related to remuneration being withdrawn and is best interest of the company. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalik sir. Hope we were able to answer all the queries raised by the members. In case there are any more queries which we have received after the cutoff time, we will answer it on mail. Kindly write to us at secretarial@lancermarine.in and we will be glad to reply each and every one of them. I will now place before the members all the items in the notice. The company has provided the facility of e-voting to the members of the company to exercise their right to vote on the resolutions proposed to be passed at the AGM during the course of the meeting. First business, ordinary resolution to receive, consider and adopt audited financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2020 together with the reports of Board of Directors and auditors thereon. For the next agenda, I request Mr. Suresh Babu to be the chairperson as Mr. Abdul Khadik Chataiwala will be interested. Special resolution to reappoint Mr. Abdul Khalik Chataiwala as Managing Director. Thank you, Suresh sir. Mr. Abdul Khalik Chataiwala shall be the chairman for the remaining agenda. Next is a special business and an ordinary resolution. Appoint Mr. Praful Jain, Executive Director of the company for the period of 3 years commencing from September 30, 2020 to September 29, 2023. Next is a special business ordinary resolution to appoint Mr. Amol Mohan Shirke as full-time Executive Director of the company for the period of 3 years commencing from September 30, 2020 to September 29, 2023. Next is also special resolution to reappoint Mr. Suresh Babu Shankara as an independent director of the company for a second term of 5 years. Next, ordinary resolution to appoint Ms. Amita Ramesh as an independent director of the company for the period of 5 years. E-voting. I now request the members who have not voted earlier to cast their votes on the matter contained in the notice. The e-voting facility will remain active at the NSDL e-voting website for next 15 minutes to enable members to cast votes. I've already briefed you on the process to vote at this meeting. The consolidated report of remote e-voting and e-voting during the meeting will be announced within 48 hours from the conclusion of the meeting and made available on the website of the company and also on the website of stock exchanges. The formal business of AGM is now over. The meeting would stand concluded at the end of 15 minutes from now. I once again thank each and every one of you attending the AGM today. I sincerely wish you and your family members stay safe and healthy in times ahead. Thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you all.